There I was working on a Falcon without any parts. Everything that I looked at had to come apart. So I got in my garage and I started hammering down. Before we all knew it, I was a big fat clown. Rocking it down, getting them down and making them sound, man. And making my parts. Well, what the hell I got going on over here, guys? Rocker Pat here, rocking it down, getting them down, and making them sound. Oh, man, what a chore this car has been. Holy crap, man. Everything I've touched, I've had to make. Let's see here. P Street Garage, this is the video you've been waiting on, man. Let's talk about the anatomy of the rear frame rail of a 1965 Ford Falcon convertible. Okay, there are no parts available for this thing. This is what I found when I took it apart. This is welded to this somewhere. I don't even know where. There's got to be there, probably that one little tack weld right there. Amazing. Is covered by this. Okay, so if we go over here, what we're looking at out here is the outer structure. And what I've done over there was peel away the outer structure, leaving the inner structure. So these two holes are my bumper linesements, and you notice that there's not any real adjustment going on here. So this has got to be kind of where it needs to be and right. So yeah, put a couple of lines down where I needed things to hopefully line everybody back up. Now, what I found is that this piece is welded to the trunk floor, okay? Right here, there was a step where this piece would go on top of it, and this, truthfully, I don't even think it was welded across this area right here. There were a couple of spot welds along the sides. This one had rotted away. There was one right here, and on this side, there's one right here and one right here. But along this top right there, I don't think it was even welded, honestly. There may have been something that's rotted away. There's the one right there that's rotted away. So there were some few spot welds that they put on this when they put this together, and then they just welded the floor to this. Now, what's going on with this one is that it is completely, I don't know if y'all can see that. Let it get focused. Come on, focus in, you stupid bastard. Can we focus? Let's all get focused here. But it's kind of broken away from the floor. Okay? I'm moving the car and the camera's moving and nothing's working right here, man. So this is all tweaking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release it from the floor on the inside, and then we're gonna find whatever spot welds are over here, and I'm gonna drill them spot welds and drop this piece out. So what did I start with? That's what I started with. I went to John's Mustang and I bought this for a 65 Mustang convertible, rear frame rails, and absolutely positively nothing works other than the channel's the right size. So chopped it in half. Turn it around. So chopped it in half, and that's all I got left, other than I did dig this out. Now what I found was, inside here, this piece right here, that where the spring shackle bushings go, it's only 20 gauge, and the pipe's not even welded to that 20 gauge. It's welded to the outside piece right here. And yeah, that's just not too quality. So what I did was I whittled out some out of 14 gauge. And how I did that was I got a map of what was going on the inside of this. And I made me a couple of templates. Let me see here. Here's one. Here would be for where it goes right there. and my bolt holes, which don't line up exactly the way that I got over there on that one that I drilled out, because what I had to do here was run the hole saw and then use a saw to cut that piece out so that it can slide over the inner piece. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to weld the inner piece. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to weld these edges, because in order for me to bend that straight line with that 14 gauge, I had to run the saw down the cut line, bend it, and then I'm going to come back and put a weld down both sides of that and dress it up where you'd never really know that I did it. Same thing on the inside here. Had to, well, actually it's on this inside rail right here. I'll run a bead down that, and yeah, and then I'll dress it. And this has got a nice rounded deal, so there should be plenty of room for my weld once I put it in there and grind it. Let me see if we can see that. Yeah, there's plenty of weld room in there. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do, and that should, hopefully, if everything goes right, we cross our fingers and the election goes our way, yeah, maybe that'll get this god blessed, lovely ride out of my garage. Because, man, I'm tired of wearing this one. I ain't gonna lie. This has been the biggest project I've ever had to take on in my life. As far as sheet metal and work kind of goes, I had to make every freaking panel. So anyway, when I say, making my panels, all right, guys, y'all keep rocking and rolling and rolling and rocking. Because, of course, I got some more grinding it down to do. Grinding it down, grinding it down.